Hello and welcome. In this video of the series Stock Market for Beginners, we will answer the question, what is an index? Alright? For me to teach you what an index is, I am going to take an example. Alright? Now, the date is Jan 2nd, 2023. This is you and this is your mother. Your mother asks you to go to the market and buy vegetables. Okay? So what do? You go to the market. In the market, there are shops. Shops have vegetables. You have lot of options to buy from, but you buy the only ones that are required. Okay? Now, let us say you buy 1 kg of tomato, 1 kg of potato and 1 kg of onion. Okay? And the price of these three vegetables per kg is given below. Tomato costs 10 rupees per kg. This costs 30 rupees per kg. Onion costs 20 rupees per kg. Now, if you are from a different country, you can take the currency of your own country. Alright? Now, this is just to teach you the concept. Okay? Now, you go to your mother and your mother asks you, what is the price of the vegetables that you bought today? Okay. Now, you can say tomato costs 10, potato costs 30, onion costs 20, or you can also say it like this. You can just add up all the values and say today the vegetable cost 60 rupees. So your mother will come to know that the cost of vegetables on Jan 2nd is 60 rupees. Okay. Next, on Jan 3rd, your mother asks you to bring vegetables. You go to the shop and you buy the same three vegetables and the price has changed to this and this. Tomato 10, potato 20 and onion 20. Your mother asks you, what is the price today? And you say it is 50 rupees. So 10 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees. Okay, you add up the values and you say 50. So your mother comes to know that the value has changed and it is 50 on January 3rd. And on January 4th, your mother asks you to bring vegetables and the same thing repeats, and today the price is 70 rupees. Okay. So now what this is an index. Okay. So leave out the rupees, just take the value. This 70 is an index. Okay. 70 is an index. It gives you an idea of how the price of vegetables is moving. Okay. Now, here is a table. Vegetables is in this column and I have something here on this column. On Jan 2nd, 3rd and 4th, the price of vegetables was 60 rupees. On 3rd it was 50, on 4th it was 70. Okay. And what I have written here is the name of the index. What is an index? I will come to it later. So the value of this Nifty 50 on Jan 2nd was 18,197. On Jan 3rd was this much. And on Jan 4th it was this much. So looking at this price, your mother comes to know that on Jan 2nd it was 60 and on Jan 3rd it has reduced to 50, which is good in the case of buying vegetables for us consumers. And on Jan 4th it has increased to 70. Okay. So your mother comes to know about the price fluctuation or price movement of the vegetables by looking at this value. Similarly, the index here gives you an idea of how the price of something is moving. Now, what is this something? This something is stock. Now, this index gives you an idea of how the price of stocks in the market is moving. Okay, so on Jan 2nd it was 18,197 and on 3rd it has increased to 18,232 and on 4th it has decreased to 18,129. So you can see how the price of stocks are moving. Alright, now this is what an index is. Index gives you an idea of how the price of stocks is moving. Just like how the 60 and 70 gave you an idea of how the price of these three vegetables is moving. The Sensex index gives you an idea of how the price of stocks of 30 companies is moving. Okay, and similarly Nifty 50 index gives you an idea of how the price of stocks of 50 companies is moving. Okay, now 30 companies, 50 companies. Now, where are these companies from? These companies are from BSE and NSE. Okay, so we have learned what a stock exchange is, correct? So Sensex is the index of BSE, Nifty 50 is the index of NSE, or you can try to imagine like this. Sensex gives you an idea of how the price of 30 items from the BSE shop is moving. Okay, I told you that BSE and NSE are shops from where you buy stocks. So Sensex gives you an idea of how the price of 30 products from BSE shop is moving. Similarly, Nifty 50 gives you an idea of how the price of 50 products from NSE shop is moving day by day. Alright, so it is just a value. It is just a value. Now, how do you calculate the value? Here, I have calculated it by adding the price, but here it is not the same. We calculate using a complex formula which is not required right now. Okay, we have a formula to calculate the index, and using that formula we calculate it and we get a value, and we track the value every day to see how the price of stocks of these companies is changing. Alright? Yes. Now, these are the indices. Okay, index singular, indices plural. So this is an index, this is an index, this is an index. So these are from America. This index shows you how the price of 30 companies is moving. This shows you how the price of 500 companies is moving. This shows you how the price of 100 companies is moving. Okay. So we track indices instead of individual stocks. Now, how do you think the index is useful? See, which is easy? Tracking one single value or tracking 30 individual values of 30 companies. Which is easy? Tracking one single value is easy, correct? So that is why index is helpful. It gives you an idea of how the price is moving. Okay. Now, just like we have different categories or sectors, we have different indices. Okay. So we have vegetables, we have fruits, we have meat. So if you want to see how the price of vegetables is moving, then you track some value. If you want to see how the price of fruits is moving, you track one more different value. But if you are interested in meat, and you want to know how the price of meat is moving day by day, you track a different value. Correct? And in the same way, we have different indices categorized according to sectors. Nifty Bank is an index which has major banks under it or in it. Or I can say, in other words, Nifty Bank is an index which shows you how the price of stocks of major banks is moving. Nifty Auto is an index which shows you how the price of stocks of automotive companies is moving. And similarly this and this. Apart from these, there are many others too, categorized according to sectors. So if you are interested in any particular sector, you can look at that particular index value. Okay, I hope you have got the idea of index. Now the question: do indices represent how the economy is doing? Does the index which we are tracking tell you how the economy is doing? Meaning, if the value of index falls down, does it mean economy is coming down? Or if the value of index moves up, does it mean economy is doing good? No, it is not like that. The reason is this. Once again, coming back to the example. See here, 70 is our index which gives you the price of these three vegetables and these three vegetables only. Correct? Apart from these three vegetables, there are various other vegetables too. And those vegetables are not represented by this index. Correct? So just by saying 70 is the price, we cannot say that the price of all the vegetables have increased. Only these have increased in their value. Some of the vegetables may have lost their price, or their price might have been reduced. We do not know that. Okay? In the same way, the Sensex tracks the price of 30 companies from BSE, and Nifty 50 tracks the price of, or gives the value of, 50 companies of NSE. And you know that BSE has more than 5,000 companies listed under it, and NSE has more than 1,500 companies listed under it. So out of those 5,000 and 1,500 companies, the Sensex index gives you the idea of how the price of only 30 companies is moving. And Nifty 50 out of 1,500 gives you the idea of how only the price of 50 companies is moving. Okay. So apart from these, there are various other companies which might be doing really good or bad. So if Sensex comes down, okay, the value comes down, that doesn't mean that economy is going down. The other companies other than these 30 might be doing good. We do not know. We have to check them. Similarly, if it goes up, that doesn't mean economy is doing good. What it means is only these 30 companies or some of these 30 companies are doing good, whereas others might be doing bad. We do not know. So we have to check the value individually to know how they are performing. And so we cannot say that indices tell us how the economy is doing. But generally, if the value goes up, then it is good. If the value goes down, it is bad. Okay? So generally. Alright? Now, here is an exercise for you. I want you to go to google.com and type in the name of the index of your country. Okay? So I'm from India and I will type Nifty, which is one of the index of my country. So I'll hit enter to get the values. Alright. So today, you can see today, 21st February, this is the value at the closing of the day. Okay. And here Google gives you a chart which shows you how the price of the index moved the previous day. Okay. So yesterday it opened at 17,900 and it had its own ups and downs and it closed at 17,844 yesterday. And today from 17,844 it went down to 17,826 and closed there. Okay. So this is for one day. You also have the charts for 5-day movements. Okay. So 16, 17, 20, 21, 1 month movement. You can see how the price of Nifty moved over the past month and so on. Okay. And if you are from another country, let us say America, you have Dow Jones there. So let me enter Dow Jones and you get the value of this particular index here. Okay. So you can see how the price moved over 1 day, 5 days, 1 month and so on. Okay. So I want you to go to Google and do this activity. Alright. Next, I want you to check what companies are under any particular index. Okay. So for me, let me check under Nifty. Alright. So I'll say companies in Nifty. Alright. So in Nifty we have Nifty 50, Nifty Bank, Nifty Bees, Nifty 100, Nifty IT, Pharma and many. So, but now let me check what companies are in index Nifty 50. Okay. So here I'll click on this. You can click any of the link. It will give you an idea. So here you can see these are the companies which decide how the price of Nifty 50 index moves. Okay. So NTPC, Britannia, Reliance, Tata Steel, Power Grid and so on. So there are 50 companies here which decide how the price of Nifty 50 index moves. Okay. In the same way, I want you to check out what companies are listed under the index of your country. Alright. So that is one more activity for you. So that's it for this video. I hope you have understood what an index is. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.